The Indiana Pacers beat the Oklahoma City Thunder in Game 6, and the Pacers did it looking exactly like the Oklahoma City Thunder. Let's break this game down. Welcome to another mini edition of the Sports Rush. I am Brett Rump. Hope you're ready for an exciting sports weekend. It's going to be capped off with the big game coming up Sunday evening with the Pacers taking on the Oklahoma City Thunder to decide an NBA championship. It's a winner take all, Game 7 in Oklahoma. But last night, Pacers played Game 6 looking a lot defensively like Oklahoma City. And of course, Oklahoma City's had one of the top three defenses in the entire NBA all season long. They've been terrific defensively in the playoffs. They were good against the Pacers earlier in this series. In fact, they've been pretty good defensively against Pacers the entire series. But last night, the Indiana Pacers may have decided to steal the blueprint of Oklahoma City in how they defended Oklahoma City. Did you notice the adjustments that the Pacers made defensively? First of all, the full court pressure, not anymore. They backed off, picked up at the half court line. Why did they not full court pressure? Well, part of it may have been because of the condition of Tyrese Halliburton and not sure if they were going to need extra minutes out of the guards, trying to save some energy. But also, some of that may have been a new defensive strategy where they wanted to protect the paint. Oklahoma City did not shoot threes well in Indianapolis. I don't think they've shot them well on the road. And so perhaps the strategy was take the paint away. And that's exactly how Oklahoma City defends. And what happened was when the Oklahoma City Thunder and their stars, Jalen Williams and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, tried to attack the basket, they were being met by two players. They had help side defense, but they also got another player sneaking in from the backside with a lot of handsiness. And that's what Oklahoma City does. They come in from the blind side and they poke and they reach and they try to swat that ball away and they force turnovers. Oklahoma City with 21 turnovers in Game 6. That is a huge number, and it had a big impact in last night's game. So I thought the strategy to change up the defense and take the Pacers and make them look more like Oklahoma City against Oklahoma City than Oklahoma City looked against Indiana. That's what we saw in Game 6. Will we see the same? Will Oklahoma City make some offensive adjustments? One thing that I said before Game 6, I trusted the Pacers role players, and that includes primarily Obi Toppin, Ben Mathurin, and TJ McConnell. I trust them at home. Now, I trust them somewhat on the road, but the role players of Ben Shepherd and some of the other guys, they're always going to be better playing at home with that home crowd. And last night, the crowd at Gainbridge Fieldhouse was fantastic. But you always feel like you're going to get better play out of the role players at home than you get on the road. Now we go to Game 7, and Oklahoma City gets that advantage. Do you expect Oklahoma City to hit one of their first 15 three-point shots, one of their first 16, whatever the number was, because they were not good from behind the three-point line in Game 6. I don't expect they'll shoot that poorly at home. It's just the friendliness of the rims, the home crowd just gets you a little more excited and inspired. And shooting is much like hitting in baseball. It can be contagious. One guy starts hitting and everybody gets a little extra confidence. You saw it last night with the Pacers. They couldn't hit anything early and everybody missed. Then they went through a stretch where everybody hit everything they put up. And then in the fourth quarter, they went cold again and everybody missed. But a great defensive adjustment by Rick Carlisle and company in how they defended Oklahoma City. And now we move on to Game 7. Taking a look at some of the numbers in this one, things that stand out for the box score. First of all, the Pacers' depth really shined through. They ended up with 6 players in double figures and only one that had 20. And that was Obi Toppin, and he only had 20 because he picked up some points late in garbage time. Because when Rick Carlisle tried to empty his bench, he doesn't have enough players to completely empty the bench. And so he had Toppin out there for the final minutes. Toppin finishes with 20. Andrew Nemhard with 17. You had 16 from Pascal Siakam. Tyrese Halliburton finished with 14 points. Halliburton was a team leading plus 25 in this game. He did it at both ends on a strained calf. What a performance by Tyrese Halliburton. You had TJ McConnell had a dozen. Aaron Nesmith scored 10. Miles Turner, what are you saving it all for game 7? We've brought this up now about 4 different games that this is going to be the Miles Turner breakout performance because he's been a dud the entire finals. It's laughable when he tries to attack the rim on the dribble because he either stumbles and falls, throws up some wild scoop shot, gets the shot blocked. He's made it to the free throw line a couple of times. But my gosh, Miles, you've got a distinct advantage inside, and you get 3 measly points out of last night's game. You shoot 1 for 9 from the field. 1 for 9. I'm going to have to call him Miles Angel Reese Turner with those kind of performances. 0 for 3 from behind the three-point line. He ended up with 4 rebounds. Siakam had 13 rebounds. I mean, it's time for Miles Turner to decide he wants to win a championship with a Pacers jersey. And this is it. 10 years of basketball in Indianapolis. This is as close as Miles has gotten to tasting an NBA championship. It's time. Miles, you need to step up and play like a big boy. You can't keep getting beat at the basket or stumbling around with the ball or missing wide open threes. Too much of that this series for Miles Turner. How about this for a number? Ben Mathurin, in a game that the Pacers won by 17 points, Ben Mathurin was a minus 18. Boy, was he a non-factor. 1 for 6 from the field, missed all 5 of his three-point tries. I mean, he had his great game, but it wasn't last night. He needs to be better in Game 7 because his athleticism, I think, is important for the Pacers. But Ben Shepherd ended up playing 21 minutes. I thought that might have been the best solid minutes of production from Ben Shepherd that we've seen the entire series so far. And, of course, TJ McConnell, just unbelievable. The spark he provided off the bench, the way the crowd and TJ McConnell are just connected, the energy that was in the building. Great win for the Pacers. And now the question is, how does Tyrese Halliburton bounce back after pushing that calf strain to get through Game 6? Did he get a setback out of it? Because sometimes when you push like that, the next day everything tightens up. Everything is sore. And is he going to be just as healthy or stronger in Game 7? Does the rehab improve? Does he continue to build strength in that calf? Because the Pacers need what they got from Tyrese Halliburton in Game 6, again in Game 7, and we'll see if there's any chance that those minutes in Game 6 set him backwards for Game 7. I don't think so, but it is something you need to be concerned about with that type of an injury. All right, we're going to let you get into your sports weekend. TinCaps baseball tonight. The second half begins for the TinCaps. They're on the road at Dayton. They'll play tonight, tomorrow night, and Sunday afternoon. Then they're home next week against Great Lakes as the TinCaps start tonight's game 0-0 on the second half, and they'll try to earn a playoff spot out of the next 66 games. We'll have our live edition coming up. Should be tomorrow. Make sure you follow the socials. And while you're here, make sure you subscribe, you like, you share, and comment on anything that you've got questions about here on the channel. Have a terrific sports weekend. We'll talk to you soon.